hi, Meir Ezra here, and I'm in Cape Town. I want to talk to you about a fascinating principle that will help you on the way to your wealth. But of course, if you will join the wealth webinar, you will see that you learn much more. So life presents to you problems. Life presents a lot of problems. And you think, there's so many obstacles and so many resistance from life, and things don't just flow. And why? Why is it? Well, the actual truth of it is something fascinating that you need to look at, because once you will understand it, it will change everything for you. And here it is. Everything that happens to you, you decided knowingly or unknowingly that it will happen. Everything that happened to you, you decided knowingly or unknowingly that it will happen. You will be successful to the degree that you will realize that it's you. Now, how do we prove that thing? Because it's beautiful theory. And how do we prove that thing, and what's the problem around it? It's very important to understand. So you will agree with me that in this universe, there's no plus without minus. There's no good without bad. There is no beautiful without ugly. To have one thing, you need something to compare to. And this universe is a universe of twos. Everything is composed of two. Now, because you want good, because you are good and you want good, you put your attention on the good, on the plus. And when you put your attention on the plus, you leave the minus uncontrolled. It is like going to play basketball and deciding that you totally ignore the opposing group, the opposing team. You say, I'm just going to play basketball and I don't care about the opposing team. I'm not protecting against them. I'm not doing anything. I'm not understanding don't understand what they do. Nothing. You will fail. And that's what you do in life. In life, one of the biggest problem you have is that you say, when things goes right, when I get my way, it's me. When it doesn't go my way, it's not me. Now, it manifests in many ways. For example, I spoke today to one of my programmers, and he told me, well, the reason we have a problem is because the code is complicated. And I said, that's nonsense. There's nothing complicated in life. Life is simple. Life is simple. Life is very, very simple. There's only things that you don't know, and because you are not willing to take responsibility for it, you give an excuse, you give a justification as, well, life is complicated, so it's not me. I take responsibility for the good, but not for the bad. And of course, the result is always bad. So every time you have bad result in your life, you need to know that you failed to create the bad. Really, listen to what I say. You failed to create the bad. You left the bad on automatic. You want to be successful in life? You need to be able to create the good and the bad. If you cannot write a bad song, you cannot write good song. In order to write a good song, you need to first write a bad song. If you learn how to play guitar, if you will see that you need to be able to, of course you know what's good and you want good, but you need to be willing to create the bad. You need to be, and this is what training is all about. Training is a process where a person decided he is willing to create the bad. Training is a process where a person decided he is willing to create the bad. And if you are not willing to create the bad, you will not have good. If you're not taking responsibility for the bad, you will not have good. If you decide, and that's, by the way, the problem with all of those people that tell you just think good thoughts. Bullshit. You need to think good thoughts and as much bad thoughts. You need to have responsibility for both. You need to take responsibility for both. Now, How do you make sure that those bad thoughts don't affect you? How do you make sure that you know what's the balance? How do you actually use that very powerful principle? This is one of the things I will teach you in the wealth seminar, and you will learn the most unbelievable data. For example, I will teach you why one of the worst thing to do is to set up goals. I know it sounds weird, but if you know me, you know that I will prove to you that it's right, not because it's logical or something, but by results. If you set up goals, you're going to fail. You want to learn what you need to do and how to do it, etc. Join the Wealth Formula Seminar. It will change your life. Meir Ezra here from heaven. Bye-bye.